Inside your bedroom, we stopped counting the days, lost in the rhythm.
Being an indie author can be really hard. We make all the decisions ourselves, and while that can be really overwhelming, it can also feel really empowering. I love the process, and I have a lot of appreciation for all the editors, cover designers, beta readers, and ARC readers that I have worked with during my indie author journey thus far. However, as my business has grown and I've learned a lot about publishing, there is one idea that keeps coming back to me each time I publish a new book. What if I can create my book covers myself? What if I can learn a new skill to add to my author toolkit and save money that I can then invest in other areas of the publishing process? Why not at least try? Hello, welcome to the video. You probably already saw the title. I am going to be learning how to use Photoshop to create my own book covers. I am wildly excited about this project. Let's talk logistics a little bit. How the heck am I going to be doing this? So for Christmas, I got access to Mandy Lynn's bundle of courses where she teaches how to create your own book cover using Photoshop. So I'm going to be using that course. I got 3 courses in a bundle of hers, which I was really excited about. In case you're curious, that is on Stone Ridge Books. It is a teachable course by Mandy Lynn. So she's an author here on YouTube, and she also does cover design as part of her job as well. So really excited. I haven't gotten very far in the course. I've actually just started some of the basics, like here are some things you will need, that part of this course. So what I've been working on today is trying to figure out how I'm going to carve out time to start slowly tackling this project, because my schedule's getting ready to change drastically. I'm taking 2 courses for my LPC this semester, LPC being licensed professional counselor, so that I could do therapy in like the private sector, like that side of therapy outside of schools. So my schedule's changing a lot in this next week. So I am sitting down right now to kind of schedule out my time, figure out when I want to sit down and devote time to cover design, because I need to start that as soon as possible so that I'm still on track for my publication timeline. I guess I should also point out, my goal is to do all of the covers for my releases this year. This is not the first time I've done a cover. So I mostly did the cover for Winter Witches by myself. I just used Canva, did some funky things, and then imported into Canva. And I also used the amazing talents of an artist that I found on Instagram that lives in Germany. So very fun stuff. She did a great job. I will be doing that again for that book. But for my other 2 releases, Curse of Wings and Darkness and Trial of Flame and Wings, I'm going to do Photoshop, and I'm going to try to learn my way around it. So the book that I am going to be doing all of this project for, that you guys will be seeing here on YouTube, is Curse of Wings and Darkness, which is the vampire romance that is set to come out May 21st. So that's what we will be doing, and I am excited to have you guys along for the trip. I'm going to be including the dates that I'm doing all this, so you can kind of see how long it took me, the timeline, and I will be trying to include stuff about all the resources and things I used. Most of it, I am assuming, is going to be Stone Ridge Books, Mandy Lynn's course. However, we also, at my house, have a subscription to, oh no, I forgot, one of those places where you can, masterclass, one of those where we can go on and learn a lot of things. So I will be using that as well as needed, along with, I would imagine, YouTube videos. I have heard that Photoshop has their own pretty good tutorials on their YouTube channel, so I imagine I will be using some of that along the way. But I will do my best to include in the description box links to all of the resources that I've used along the way. Now that I've kind of gotten that intro out of the way, let's go ahead and get into it. Here is me creating the cover for Curse of Wings and Darkness. Friends, it is February 25th and I have updates. It's been a while. It's been very busy, very hectic. I had to restructure a lot of things in my life as far as like work-life balance goes and my writing routine. We have done that today, and now I have updates regarding the creating my own book cover project that I would like to share. So for Christmas, I got gifted a book cover design course that I am super excited to take. It was one that I have been very excited for a very long time. And after I saw Bethany Atazada do it, I jumped on it. So I think I've already talked about this. I don't really know, but it's Mandy Lynn's book cover design course. She's here on YouTube. She's an author. She also does cover design. I'm taking her course. So in creating my new writing routine, included the course as part of that routine. So Wednesdays, I don't always have time Wednesday to actually write, but usually that is the time that I catch up on all things YouTube, because I can do those kinds of things in between playing with Finn and doing house stuff that I do on Wednesdays. So I dedicated time on Wednesday nights to watching the modules for that book cover course. So I've got that down. I'm gonna work on that on Wednesdays. I still have not purchased the Adobe suite. I can get a discount for being a student / being a teacher. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to purchase that. I think I'm gonna do that tonight maybe. I don't know. I need to look at some account stuff. And budget things before I do that, because I'm trying to move my accounts to a different software to track. So I may do that before I purchase that as well. But that is the plan, is to start this Wednesday watching the modules and tinkering around in the Adobe suite in Photoshop to create my book cover. So very excited. We are finally getting started in this series, and this may be a very long video. I do not know, but let's try it out. Hey, it is Thursday, March 21st. I ended up going home from work because I was having issues. We'll just put it at that. I made dinner last night and used old meat. So there's that. But what I really wanted to tell you guys was I decided between like running back and forth, getting sick this morning, I'm feeling better. Thank goodness. It's noon. I'm gonna maybe try and eat here in a little bit. But between doing all that, I downloaded Photoshop officially, and I have started to tinker with it and also click through the tutorials on Photoshop and also go through the videos in the book cover design course that I'm taking. So I have started to work through some things, and I'm gonna show you guys here in a minute. I'm gonna like just do a bunch of tests. Right now I'm doing like a test cover of maybe like a fantasy book just for fun. So just for funsies, one thing that I figured out how to do is create a preset, which is my typical size and dimensions for a Kindle cover, which I usually do like 5x8 for cover design. So I guess it's not so much Kindle as it is just like the cover. So I have that. done. And I've preset that. I'm gonna have to go in, I'm realizing, to make sure that everything for Kindle is reset right. But for now, I'm playing with this. I've been going on to Deposit Photo, which is a like a photo site that you can get stock photos and stuff from. And I downloaded for free this kind of dark looking forest background, and I'm just gonna play with it and develop a mock fantasy cover. I think I'm gonna go kind of like witchy Red Riding Hood-esque. So now I'm gonna go and try and find like a witch or a person of some kind to like drop in here and play with some images. I know I said that this series, or not series, but this video was all about cover designing for the new series, which is Curse of Wings and Darkness, the vampire romance, and it is. I am learning that. But as I have been practicing, which I showed you guys already, I started another image that was just like for fun. It was a test. I started pulling sample images that I really liked, and it wound up on me doing character art and cover design and stuff for Guardians of the Sixth Gate, because I had this idea a long time ago that I wanted to eventually do an omnibus, because those are so cool. And so I decided, as I started doing the character art, that maybe that could be in part my practice run for the new book, would be like maybe creating the omnibus. So I created this image. I am absolutely in love with it. I just laid my computer next to all 3 books in the series, and I think it kind of meshes super well, and it's super pretty. And I want to show you, I haven't bought any of the images yet, so these are just the sample images, but I want to show you my idea for what it looks like. How absolutely gorgeous is that? I haven't done everything yet. This is just the character art, which is amazing. I downloaded the original image with the red dress girl, and I added the antlers, kind of like the crown at the very end of the book, plus the actual gold crown. I adore this. Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. It incorporates some of the blues and purples from the last 2 books in the series, and that red dress is just so show-stopping. My thought is I use this for the front cover. I use the same kind of background for the back cover, and maybe give it like a purple spine and carry over maybe some of these branches into it, just because it'd be kind of fun to do that. And then once I figure out how to do typography, I will put Guardians of the Sixth Gate series omnibus and then like my name down here on the spine, or down here, I mean at the bottom. So like the text down this way. Holy, I am so excited. I am just amazed, because I was really worried that this was all going to be a wash and I wasn't going to be able to pull it off. And I didn't even think about the fact that I could just develop my own character art for all of my book series as freebies, and to incorporate into like book boxes and stuff. I didn't even think about that being a possibility with Photoshop at the time that I downloaded it. But holy moly, there's a lot of flexibility with this, and I am so excited. I may be able to pull this off. Wow. Stay tuned, because I may be able to pull this off. Hi guys, I look a little crazy. I've been sick this week a lot. Alex is at a soccer tournament today. He has to film, live stream it, so he is out all today. Finn and I were supposed to go to an Easter gathering with my dad's side, but Finn got sick last night. We were up really late, and then up really early again this morning. So I have lots of coffee, and I think we're gonna FaceTime here in a little bit to kind of make up for missing out. But I'm working on cover design stuff. I haven't updated you guys since I've learned to do a few more things, so let me show you. I finished Mandy Lynn's Photoshop for beginners, and I'm getting ready to start on the typography class. But as I was finishing the beginners class, I kind of taught myself some things with typography a tad. Like, I figured out how to do fonts. So I've got 2 different fonts in here. I really like the one that has my name on it, Amy Prokopis. I like that one for Cursive Wings in Darkness, I think. I think I want to use that. I actually found that on a different book cover, and I found out that Photoshop has a feature in its like fonts catalog where you can match a font from a photo. So that's what I did for that. I think that would be really good on that book cover. So I've been holding on to that for that. I found this was one of the example fonts that she did, and I ended up really liking it. I figured out how to take, let me see, how to take the letters, and if I come over here to the glyphs, it gives you all of these really fancy letters, so you can change whatever letter out you wanted. So I did that for the G and the S to kind of match what was already on the cover. The spacing is off here. I think to make up for that, what I will probably do is just separate the lines into different text boxes. I'm sure there's a way to like spread it out and separate it, and I just haven't stumbled upon that feature yet. But I may just do that so I can better manipulate it anyway. We will see. But so far, this is what I have gotten to, and I'm kind of pleased with it. I actually think I really like this cover. I started doing like a thumbnail test. If you don't know what the thumbnail test is, it's when you take your book cover and you put it in like a collage with books in similar genres to yours, and you see if yours matches the others, because you kind of want it to. You want it to stand out, but you also want it to blend in with a genre type. That way people know what to expect from it. So I have already kind of started to do that with this cover design I've already created. Also, I want to pull that up because I put it next to my other 3 books in the Guardian series, and I think it looks really pretty, but I want to show you guys what I'm working with. I've been playing with typography a little bit. I really like this rose background. I don't know that it really fits for this book, but it's just pretty, and it was fun to try out some typography stuff with. So I like the stuff at the top, and I like my name being at the bottom with the book title here. So I do think I want kind of a minimalist design in the back. I just don't know exactly what that will end up looking like. I think this is just too much yellow, I think, for this one. I think it'll be too similar to what I end up doing for Trial of Flame and Wings. Okay, picked a new background, a new photo that I think I like better. I kind of like it the way it is, but I want to play a little bit with making the text more of like a silver than this. So I'm watching through the video on typography by Mandy Lynn, and I'm doing my own research and poking around, and we will see what we can end up with. So, good news, while I'm going through this class, there's a font cheat sheet, and I found the font for Guardians of the Sixth Gate. Unfortunately, I cannot find it in the Adobe suite. So I am now scouring the internet trying to figure out how to download this font. So hopefully I'll be able to figure that out soon, because as I'm looking at this and thinking ahead for my spring book, Trial of Flame and Wings, I think that the font I just showed you guys on Cursive Wings in Darkness would be better fit for that book than this book. So there's another font that I think would be really pretty on Cursive Wings in Darkness, and I need to find it also. So that is now what I am working on, is finding fonts. Okay, I think I found it out. I found it online. I think this is one that I'd have to buy the licensing for, which looks like I could get just the style for like $4.90, or I could get a whole package of 10 styles of this font for $49, which may be what I do because I could see myself using this again. And I really like some of the flourishes. And so I could definitely see myself using some of the flourishes. So I may do that. So that increases a little bit my cover cost for Curse of Wings and Darkness. That increases my cover cost a little bit for Guardians of the Sixth Gate, the omnibus. So now I'm curious if this is the exact same case for some of these other fonts that I'm looking at that I also really enjoy. So we will see. I think I'm gonna have to just play around with the fonts a little bit. So I'm gonna go back to that first Curse of Wings and Darkness with the original roses that I now am not quite as fond of. And I'm gonna play, I think, on that page with different fonts to see what kind of things I can do with it. All right, so it's getting, well, it's really not that late, but I am exhausted. But I wanted to show you guys sort of where I've ended up. So I'm kind of working on 3 different book covers. I am not fully working on Trial of Flame and Wings, but I did pick a font I really like and think worked with it. I also thought this background kind of goes really well. I'm thinking of having like an artist draw my main character and put her in here. So I may have partly an illustrated cover for that book. I like this a lot. I go back and forth with myself about whether or not that really fits for a vampire romance. I also figured out kind of how to add like blood splatter to the text, which was really cool. Although I'm deciding if that's too much or not, because also you couldn't really see it a ton. So I don't know if it's worth it to have that anyway. So that's that. And then there's Guardians of the Sixth Gate over here, the omnibus. Although I did purchase this new font and it actually is not the same font. So I'm really sad because it was kind of pricey to purchase it, but I do think I may eventually use this font again in the future. So I'm not too sad about it. I'm really like fine with the fact that I have it because I'll probably use it again. Some elements of it are the same, so it looks very similar to the book cover, but I'm still tinkering with that one. Again, I also go back and forth with whether I like this design or not. I do really like the colors. Like, I like them all, I do. But now I'm weighing like marketability and how they fit in the genre and how well they encompass the story. Like, can you tell what kind of books these are just by looking at the covers? So that's where I am. I'm gonna call it a night and I will chat with you guys later. Hey, it is April 5th and I didn't show you guys, but a couple of days ago I committed to the image for Guardians of the Sixth Gate. I've also tinkered with the font since we talked and a little bit of the design, and I want to show you the Kindle cover that I am pretty satisfied with. Here's where we are. I like it. I kind of feel like I would like it more if I could increase the size of maybe these antlers, but I also kind of like it at this size. I also thought about putting text up here. I did play with that a little bit. Firstly, I don't know what text I would put, but also I kind of look like the sleekness and the simplicity to this as it is. So honestly, I'm at the point now where I feel like I kind of need to put this on a cover, like on an actual paperback, and get a copy. I also need to work on the additional scenes. I've decided that I think I'm gonna write 3 additional scenes, 1 for each of the Guardians of the Sixth Gate books. I already have a partial one written for the second book, Shade of the Shadowlands, but I think I'm gonna write more scenes. And I'm just kind of deciding which scenes I want to write for each book and what other kind of bonus content I want to include. So yeah, we will see. It has been a really long time since I updated you guys. So I want to show you what I've completed and submitted to Ingram Spark of the Guardians of the Sixth Gate omnibus so far. So this is everything completed unless the proof copy comes back to me and something happens. So I've decided I'm going to do an ebook collection that I'll post on KDP, and I'm going to do a hardcover edition with a jacket through Ingram Spark. So let me show you guys. Here is the KDP ebook cover. Let me see if I can flip over here now. Here is the completed book jacket. And not that there's anything fancy to it, but here is the case laminate. This is the cover that will be underneath the jacket. It is a really deep purple, and it's basically all of the same text that is from the jacket, just put on that deep purple color. So I think it's gonna be really pretty. I submitted it to Ingram Spark, and I'm hoping to get the proof, the text, the PDF, there we go, proof really soon so that I can approve it and then hopefully get a proof copy of the book. All right, a little omnibus cover design update here. I did it wrong. So I resubmitted because I did the jacket correct, but my dumb butt kind of just rushed through things a little bit, and I did not fully extend the case laminate design to include the bleed area that was required for the case laminate. So I had to redo it, which was essentially me opening Photoshop, extending the design all of like not even an inch, and then re-uploading. So that's what I did. So I am a little frustrated because it took Ingram Spark about, kind of like this document says here, it took them about 3-ish days to notify me that that was what was wrong. I wish Ingram Spark worked quicker, but I am glad that I went ahead and I did cover design prep a few days earlier than I planned, because now I am exactly where I had planned to be at this time of the week. I'm basically getting everything submitted. So I'm kind of glad I learned my lesson and it didn't actually set me back, because if I had submitted it this week, like I was planned to do, then it would be 3 more days and I would be behind and back at square one. So I'm glad it happened. I re-uploaded it. Hopefully everything will get approved and I can order a proof and we will be rocking and rolling and I can show it to you guys. It'll be super, super fun. The next project is moving on to the cover design for Curse of Wings and Darkness, which I am kind of planning to also show you guys in this video. I did not start this video fully intending it being just the omnibus, so I will show you really fun Curse of Wings and Darkness content, hopefully in the next few clips. Hello, it is June 3rd. I am finally getting back to this project. I have a lot to update you on. I finished creating a cover design. I did the cover for the Guardians of the Sixth Gate omnibus. I'm not sure what I've shown you. I'm not sure where I left off with that. I'm gonna have to go back and look. But in other news, I finished it. I did the ebook cover for Guardians of the Sixth Gate omnibus, and I made a hardcover of the Guardians of the Sixth Gate omnibus. I am incredibly proud of how it turned out. You know what? Let's just go look at the actual book, because I have the physical book now. Here's the book. Oh my goodness. Look at that beautiful cover. Look at how it wraps super nicely around to the spine. This thing's heavy, so let me hold it. I am amazed at how well I got it to look like a continuous design all the way to the back cover. I also did the wings on the inside. This is the tagline and the book blurb. And then on the back, I did the author information and where to find me. Also, just for funsies, all of the Kickstarter versions are going to be spray painted silver. So that was a fun project. So I successfully did that, and I am wildly proud of myself. But moving on from Guardians of the Sixth Gate, the other book that we had started to work on, which was supposed to be the main book in this like long video project, Curse of Wings and Darkness. So I have a cover reveal next week. I'm also in Cancun next week while we're doing the cover reveal. So I'm front loading a ton of different projects before I leave this week. And one of them is finalizing the cover for Curse of Wings and Darkness. At least finalizing the ebook cover. I may go ahead and draft out the paperback and then just make edits. So we may do that as well. So that is what I want to focus on today. Today, I want to do cover design, get everything wrapped up for Curse of Wings and Darkness, and then tomorrow I have video stuff I need to do. So that is the plan for today. Deep breaths. Let's get back to it. Okay, I finalized the cover for Curse of Wings and Darkness. My camera was really blurry for some reason. All right, just because it's really difficult to see with the glare on the computer screen and I can't seem to get rid of it anywhere I move, I'm just gonna pop the cover up here in the video. So here is the official cover for Curse of Wings and Darkness. I am really happy with it. The more I looked at it, the more satisfied I got, which was what I thought the opposite would happen. And so I started tinkering with it. I tinkered with it some more and I kept going back to the same design. So I like it. I think it's simplistic. It sort of embodies the sort of like sultry feel of the book, but also some of the mystique with the smoke. And I found images I plan to use in the future to kind of build on that as the series goes. So I am happy with it. I like it. I think it's good. And now I just need to move on and do cover reveal planning. So that's the end of this very long video. I hope it was interesting to you. I plan to do maybe more of these in the future because I personally like to see how covers develop and change. And that's kind of what this whole channel was built on, was showcasing my process, the process of self-publishing, how I evolve over time. It's been really fun. So definitely plan on doing the same for the cover of Trial of Flame and Wings. So that will also come in the future. Thank you guys so much for following the journey, following along with me. And that is pretty much it. So read books, be kind, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!